All right, everybody. Welcome to Implosion, and we are live. Another Thursday. Another Thursday night here with your boy V on Implosion. And thank you so much for those who do not know what Implosion is about. Implosion is an opportunity to talk to artists, content creators, VIPs, and whatnot who are willing to, share some of their victories as well as their challenges through life, and to hopefully give you something to benefit from the everyday struggle that everyday humans go through, but most of all to encourage you to never give up on your dream. Tonight I have the honor to talk to a gentleman who has been a part of Parliament, which is George Clinton's group, P-Funk All-Stars, and he was a trumpet player for both of those. And we're going to go ahead and hear a whole lot more. So let's go ahead and bring in Mr. Randy Skinner. Hello, Mr. Randy. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good today. Thank you very much, Leon, for having me on the show, and thank you, audience.
No problem. We are glad that you were able to come hang out with us a little bit. Let me turn down this music just a little bit. Okay. So, what's going on with you, Mr. Skinner? What's happening on your side of town?
I am back in the studio working on some new original material. And
nice.
We now have out the latest smash hit, which is Keeping the Funk Alive, featuring legendary George Clinton and his son, Tracy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There we go. Well, we will definitely get that. Yep, go ahead.
It is available on all streaming platforms. Keeping the Funk Alive, featuring Randy Skinner and Skin Tones in Pursuit, and George Clinton, the legendary George Clinton, and Tracy Clinton.
Nice. So, as we know, you're a trumpet player, but what initially sparked your interest in music?
Well, I tell people this when I'm asked that question. Music, people ask me, when did I decide the music? I said, well, at this point, I've been doing this since I was in the 6th grade, where I started in public school system in Portsmouth, Virginia. Music found me.
Okay. So that's how music came in your life. You say music found you, huh?
Yes. As a kid, I was always excited about when I went to the parade with my mom and saw the high school and marching bands performing, and that really, really tickled my fancy as a young kid, and I wanted to be able to do that. So when I got a little older and got old enough to get into a music program, it was in the public schools. They normally start in the 6th grade, and that's when I started.
Okay, cool. So, who inspired you to make music?
Who inspired me?
Yes, sir.
I was inspired by most of the R&B artists and some jazz artists. My main influence, who I got to meet when I went to Berklee School of Music. I did my undergrad at Shaw University in music education in Raleigh, North Carolina. And from there, I went to Berklee School of Music in Boston. And there I met the world-renowned Freddie Hubbard.
Okay.
And became friends with him. And I was friends with him up until his death. And he's just one of my inspirations that I was really close and a close-knit friendship relationship with. And I've actually been to his house out in Sherman Oaks, California.
Okay. That's what's up.
But there were many other inspirations as well. Before that, I like Tom Brown is one of my influences. Jamaica Funk, Tom Brown.
I remember that song.
Yeah.
My mom played that song to death.
Yeah.
Jamaica Funk, that's what it is. That's a classic.
What it is.
How would you describe the music that you typically create?
The music that I create, it has a jazz funk bass, quite natural because I'm part of P-Funk. I'm attracted to the funk side of music, and also attracted to early on Grover Washington, and R&B artists as well, like the Stylistics, the Delphonics, the Dells, the OJs. So in my head, there's a mixture of R&B, contemporary jazz, smooth jazz, and also straight ahead jazz.
When you say straight ahead jazz, could you give us an example of what you mean by that?
Well, Freddie Hubbard would be a great example. Woody Shaw, Clifford Brown, Fats Navarro, Lee Morgan. Those are all trumpet players. Dizzy Gillespie, who I haven't had a chance to meet Dizzy Gillespie before on several occasions.
Nice. Very cool. So with you doing all this music now, who would you be most excited about to do a collaboration with?
Who would I be most excited about? Well, I've done a collaboration with George Clinton, and prior to that, I did a collaboration on this CD right here, which features the legendary Fred Wesley from James Brown.
Okay.
Yes. And the tune off that with Fred Wesley featured on is called "Wiggle and Jiggle and Bounce." And you can also find that on all streaming platforms as well.
Very nice. You got all the props too.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that. If you had an opportunity to open a show for any artist, who would you choose?
Who would I choose? Parliament Funkadelic. Bootsy.
Did you get to work with Bootsy before?
No, I've met Bootsy before. He's part of the Parliament Funkadelic family.
Okay.
I've met him before, but I've never performed with him before.
Okay.
Now, let's see, who else would I be? I like Brian Culbertson.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I love all those options. So I tell you what, you did give me some music for us to, some videos to take a look at. So I want to play one, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it. And ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Randy Skinner, and we'll play this first video and we'll be right back. So check it out.
Thank you.
I'm ready to enjoy this evening, and I know you are too. So put your hands together right now for Randy Skinner and the Skin Tone.
check it out. It's an amazing performance of funk and jazz. I haven't heard some music this good in a long
Yes, indeed. I had a little bit of everything. I got to hear all you guys play different songs. It almost sounded like I heard a little bit of go-go style. You heard of go-go music, right?
Of course, yeah. And that's one of my favorite artists too, Chuck Brown. Chuck Brown and Soul Searchers out of Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay.
And he is considered the godfather of go-go.
Oh, okay. Because I heard that flavor. There's another band named Altered Egos that are three ladies that have a go-go band, and it's a distinctive sound as soon as I hear it. So that's why I was like, it's got a little go-go in there. I like that.
Oh yeah.
So let let me ask you this question. If you weren't pursuing a career in music, what do you think you'd be doing at this moment?
If I wasn't pursuing music, probably something in the health and wellness field,
Mm-hmm.
because that is one of the things that attracts me, health and wellness, because your health is your wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And I practice that there. I practice that. That's my motto, and I practice that daily.
Understood. Yeah. As I get older, I should say I've been very conscientious of my health. Good evening, Miss Sophia. Thank you for joining us. Yes, I definitely understand that aspect. Could you share some of the venues where you showcase your talents?
Yes. I performed that. Well, one of the last big performances I did was at Atlanta Symphony Hall,
Mm-hmm.
and that was with Parliament Funkadelic.
Okay.
And Center Stage is another place I performed at before. What's the other one? Variety House, Variety Playhouse in Little Five Points,
Mm-hmm.
and various clubs around. I performed at the Cobb Energy Center before too with George Clinton,
Okay.
and that's here in Atlanta.
Okay. So to follow up to that question, which one stands out as much as, which one stands out as your favorite and the ones you didn't enjoy so much?
Well, the ones that I don't enjoy so much are like small clubs.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that I enjoyed the most was the Cobb Energy Center for the Performing Arts. Is a great performance center.
Mm-hmm.
And I was honored to have the opportunity to perform there. And I've also been been in the audience there to hear another one of my favorites, which is Gregory Porter.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you this. How do you feel the internet has impacted the music business?
It is amazing because I have lived in an era where pre the music business being on the internet the way it is,
Right.
and it just amazes me that as we are doing this show right here, it could reach audiences across the water,
Mm-hmm.
all over the country.
Yep.
And it is amazing, and an amazing to the worldwide world, especially
Mm-hmm.
for music business and musicians.
Would you say because of technology now to get music across the seas is easier than it was prior to?
In terms of getting the music out there, it is easier because the CD that I did, the one I showed you with Fred Wesley,
Mm-hmm.
it was being aired here on WCOK Clark Atlanta station, and Brian Hertz, he's a DJ over in the UK, and
Okay.
he did a segment on WCOK on Saturdays called Soul and Jazz, and he heard my CD being played here, and he picked up on it, and he blew it up over in the UK.
Hmm. That is definitely the beauty of internet. I mean, we've been able to talk to people in West Berlin, West
Yeah.
Africa, Australia. So internet has definitely opened the doors for us to be everywhere, effortlessly.
Indeed, it is.
What is your favorite song to perform?
My favorite song to perform. Um, I have more than one. I can say one that comes to mind is "Grazing in the Grass."
Raisin in the Grass?
"Grazing in the Grass," uh, written by Hugh Masekela. He's
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Masekela, a South African trumpeter,
Oh, okay.
and then I forget the name of it, but there was an R&B group that also did a version of that.
Mm.
I can't think of the name of the group right now, but "Grazing in the Grass" is a gas, baby, can you dig it?
You
Yeah, and
got
I
me.
got a chance to meet Hugh Masekela before too.
Mm. Nice. So you met a good amount of people in your lifetime.
Yeah, I've been honored to meet a lot of the people, a lot of my music heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Al Jarreau, I got a chance to meet Al Jarreau. Some of them stood out more than others. And Al Jarreau, Hugh Masekela, Freddie Hubbard, um, just to name a few.
Mm-hmm. Al Jarreau is definitely one of my favorites growing up. I loved Al Jarreau.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
So tell us, how was it like working with George Clinton?
Oh, it's a wonderful experience. He's a cool guy with the hip vibe. He has a very young spirit about himself,
Mm-hmm.
and he is one of the most amazing music icons in the business.
Mm-hmm.
He's down to earth, easy to talk to, easy to be around, and it's an enjoyable experience to be in his presence.
I bet. And did you do a lot of touring with him, or was it periodically you got to tour with him?
Um, no, I was out on the road with George Clinton,
Mm-hmm.
and I did almost every major city in the United States with him on the tour.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then overseas, Munich, Zurich, Cologne, Brussels, Belgium, Amsterdam, Switzerland, Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. So let me ask you this. Our artists here, we have independent artists here in America. And I was encouraging them that if you do blow up overseas, it's a whole different dynamic internationally for the love of music than it is in the States. In your perspective, have you noticed that the people overseas really gravitate to music?
Absolutely. And even to this day, and mostly um, back in the day, a lot of your artists, and in particular, a lot of jazz artists too.
Mm-hmm.
They found more appreciation or more work overseas.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Fred Wesley from time to time, and Fred Wesley and Maceo Parker, they I think a large majority of their shows are overseas.
Mm-hmm.
The the audience overseas is a little bit more engaging, and
Mm-hmm.
they appreciate the artist more, and they show that they appreciate the artist more.
Mm. So, in your experience, have you seen people who were American blow up internationally then gained their fame in America because they blew up internationally?
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Yes, I've seen that. Yes.
That's a weird dynamic, but I've heard it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like we have hip hop artists as well, and I tell them it's a different dynamic overseas. It's like you said, they appreciate music, and the whole consumption is a lot different than we are in the States. I mean, I can't even really describe it except that they really crave it, like it's a part of their, air to breathe and music to just live life.
Yes.
And I feel that.
Yeah. In fact, when I was touring overseas with George Clinton, the people, they English English wasn't their first language, but they knew everybody in the group.
Wow. That's dedication.
Especially, the people that have been in the group the longest, they knew them by name, and they knew the tunes. They may not speak English good, but they can say "Make my funk be P-funk." They know the songs.
Wow. To me, I've always said that's the biggest compliment to any musician or artist is when the fans sing your song to you. And I'm sure George, his head might have been 2 times bigger than normal because they sang with such passion too. That was another thing. They will harmonize the whole audience, and that's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
All right, so I tell you what, Mr. Randy, what we do during the halftime, we like to showcase a blast artist, and what we do is just a little 5-minute segment, and we're going to just take the time to show our blast artist spotlight. Her name is Ari, and this is her song called Dumb. Let's take a listen.
Okay. All right.
I waited for you for quite a long time. I changed my whole life to make it first in line. I did everything I didn't have to for you, it's true. Nobody knew what I saw in you. Everyone else saw you as a loser, but I knew you were so much better and capable of so much more. But I was blinded, I thought this was love, but the
And that was Ari with Dumb. And if you are an independent artist or a spoken word poet or an up and coming comedian that is looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is doing something for the fans this year. So if you register as an unlimited fan, you'll have access to all the artists that you'd like to follow, to vote, as well as to create a playlist on our personal player that will let you personalize your music. So go to blastmusic247.com, register as the unlimited fan, and have access to hundreds of independent music. Blast, changing the industry one artist at a time. All righty. So we are here with Mr. Randy Skinner, and a question I have for you, sir, is what's the most challenging situation you've ever found yourself in?
The most challenging situation.
Yes, sir.
Musically, one of the most challenging situations can be attaining gigs and trying to keep gigs rolling, constantly. Performances, yeah.
That could be the biggest
performances.
I could sure that could be the case. What was the best advice you've been given?
The best advice is to never give up, to stay persistent, to practice your craft daily. I'm also a music educator.
Nice.
So I have to convey this to students that I teach privately, is to continue, no matter how challenging the situation is, to be persistent and diligent.
I agree. I can add to that story for you. There's a reggae artist. Her name is Queen Omega. She's in Trinidad. And we had the opportunity to interview her. She's been in the game for like 25 years. Nobody ever heard of her. And all it took was her to do one song using Dr. Dre rhythm. And she blew up. Like in 3 months, she hit 33 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
Everybody wants Queen Omega. And persistence paid off. You know, she never gave up the 10th year or the 5th year. She kept doing it. But most of all, she loves what she does. And she's amazing. She is amazing.
I remember seeing, looking at some years ago, or many years ago, looking at, it may have been Tonight Show, Jay Leno, or Letterman or someone. And Mike Tyson was there. And the host asked Mike Tyson what advice could he offer at the end. And it stuck with me what he said. And it was really simple, but it was just the way he said it in Mike Tyson's voice. And
of course,
the sincerity he said it with. He says, whatever passion that you have, whatever passion you have, he said, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it.
I could hear his voice with that. But same thing. Never give up. Never give up on your dreams and your passion. I agree.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and play the other song that we have of you, and we have some more questions after this. So this is another song. It says "In Pursuit of Keeping the Funk," I believe, but we'll talk more about it after we play it. So again,
keeping the funk alive.
Keeping the funk alive. Okay, we have Randy Skinner here, and let's check out this video.
That's it. You know what you're supposed to do. Don't stop now. Sing!
On your radio, funk on your radio, funk on your radio, just having fun.
Got to have that.
Funk on your radio, funk on your radio, funk on your radio, just having fun. Funk on your radio, funk on your radio, funk on your radio, just having fun.
Got to have that.
On your radio, funk on your radio, funk on your radio, just having fun.
Got to have that.
Skin tones in pursuit, funkin' on your radio. Skin tones in pursuit, keeping the funk alive.
Got to have that.
Skin tones in pursuit, funkin' on your radio. Skin tones in pursuit, we keeping the funk alive.
Got to have that.
Skin tones in pursuit, funkin' on your radio. Skin tones in pursuit, keeping the funk alive.
Got to have that.
Skin tones in pursuit, funkin' on your radio. Skin tones in pursuit, keeping the funk alive.
Got to have that.
Skin tones in pursuit, funkin' on your radio. 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 Skin tones in pursuit, keeping the funk alive. Skin tones in pursuit, funkin' on your radio. Skin tones in pursuit, keeping the funk alive.
Skin tone in pursuit, 50 shades of Macy Gray. All in cahoots, together in bed, baby. Keeping the funk alive. Ooh, funky. Keeping that funk alive. Ooh, funky. Make it funky.
That was good stuff. So please
Sure,
tell us
sure.
a little
Thank
bit. Tell us a little bit about that video and the production crew and all that good stuff.
Okay, that video was produced by my videographer, Mr. Carl Gray Jr.
Okay.
of Fixed It Productions. He's like my right hand man, and when it comes to video production. He's excellent. He's been a videographer for quite a few people. Lucy, Parliament Funkadelic. He's done some work with Danny Glover. He's done lots of things with lots of people. Confunction. Mostly funk groups is the groups he works with. And so he asked me for some pictures to put together with
Mhm.
the track that I created,
Okay.
Keeping the Funk Alive. And I just gave him the pictures, and he put his own little spin on it. He added something to it. And one of the pictures in there was, Troy Andrews. You know Troy Andrews, Troy?
That name sounds real familiar.
Most people don't recognize him more by Trombone Shorty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did see Erica Badu. You took a picture with Erica Badu.
She was on tour. When she first came out, she opened up for Parliament Funkadelic, and it was a tour called Smoking Grooves.
Okay.
And that's the first that I had heard about Erica Badu's group. And I
Hmm.
found out some of my buddies from Berklee School of Music was playing in her band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that was a nice tour too. Cypress Hill was on that tour,
Hmm.
and the Brand New Heavies.
Okay. Did you have a picture of Sinbad, the comedian?
No,
Okay. Okay. I thought I saw Sinbad. And there was another lady there. She looked like Jodie Watley, but I wasn't sure if it was Jodie Watley.
no, it wasn't Jody Watley.
Okay. Well, at least I got Erica Badu right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. If you could change anything about the industry, what would it be?
If I could change anything about the industry.
Yes, sir.
Probably more on the business side, the way that promoters look at artists.
Mm-hmm.
If that could be more of a more pleasant experience.
Yes. Are you an independent?
Yes.
Okay. What have you seen the benefit as being an independent versus one that was signed at a record label?
Well, you have more creative freedom
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times if you're tied to a record label, you have to produce what they want you to produce.
XYZ. Mm-hmm.
And it may take away from your creative freedom.
Hmm. If I may ask, how long were you an independent artist?
I've been an independent artist now for, I'm going to say, 20 years.
Okay. Okay, nice. So getting close to wrapping it up, what is next for you? Let the people know what's next for you.
What is next? We are currently Skin Tones in Pursuit. My group is currently in the studio working on more original material to bring to our listening audiences.
Mm-hmm.
And
Awesome.
we're also open for performances
Mm-hmm.
as an opening act or main act. Yeah.
Okay. What is the one message you would give to your fans tonight?
The one message I would give is to always have an empathetic heart towards others, because you never know what other people are going through.
This is true. Indeed. So where can everyone find you if they'd like to know more about you?
I can be found at www.skintonesinpursuit.com. SKINTONESINPURSUIT. Skintonesinpursuit.com.
Okay.
And I'm also on all social media. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Randy Skinner.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So there it is. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to come chat with us. The honor
Thank
is
you.
truly mine. I'm glad we had a little technical difficulties, but it was still perfect timing as far as us getting together. So I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for having me.
my pleasure. And everyone else, thank you for coming by. And like Mr. Skinner said, don't give up. Whatever your passions are, continually keep fighting hard for it. Keep pursuing, and I trust me, you will win as long as you don't give up. You'll be surprised how far away from that miracle is by you not giving up. Well, this is the Veep. I'll be signing off. I thank you again for tuning in, and remember, please be kind. Celebrating the difference to make a difference. Love you guys, and we will see you next week. Good night.